The Dover Castle was built in the late 1100s by King Henry II in South England. It's actually the largest castle in Britain, more than 141,000 square meters. Architect named Morris was the executor of this project. The Dover Castle will be the most expensive project of Henry II. £8,250. The goal was to defend the region of Kent because the castle is placed on the shortest distance between France and Britain. To the architecture. The towers are constructed in 3 different construction centuries. The first art is a square tower. The other one is half round and the last is round. They each have 3 floors with each 3 shooting ranges. To the defense, there were 3 crossbowmen at each shooting range. At the same time, a crossbowman was shooting, the other one was recharging, and the last one targeted the enemy. All shooting ranges target a different direction, so the whole battlefield can be achieved. The Dover Castle had in total 23 towers to defend himself. There are 2 door houses in the castle, but at a different position, so you can't use a battering ram to attack because the connection between both door houses is a curved street with 2 90-degree curves.
1216 was a very dark year for England. King John is at the reign and he's not for nothing one of the most unpopular kings of England. He lost nearly the whole ground on today's France and bring the land into a tumult. The barons start a rebellion against him and in spring they ordered Prince Ludwig of France to attack England. They preferably want a foreign king than King John. Already in June, Ludwig controls grand areas of England. With an army that includes more than 1,500 knights, he attacked England. In that time, London is already in the hands of King John's rebels. Until to summer 1216, Prince Ludwig captured the half of the English island. But he can't be king in England so long Dover Castle isn't falling. The loyal Britons for an attack from Prince Ludwig in the north of the castle, so they built a palisade by the north doorhouse. By the attack to Dover, Prince Ludwig has an army from more than 1,000 knights, in which every knight an entourage from more than 100 has. With that army, Prince Ludwig were in majority against the Britons in 1 to 10. Hubbard or Huck de Burgh was the general of Dover Castle. He is an experienced man who held in castles more than 1 year against armies with a higher majority. In the end of July, the French begin the attack to Dover. Ludwig attacked the palisade that the Britons built curtly before the battle, but de Burgh knows that he only has Patience to win the battle. With an undermine, the French make a gap in the palisade and conquer them. The Britons flee into the castle. The French make a second undermine to destroy the north door of Dover. But the Britons include a plan like this and make also an undermine in hope of a crossing of the 2 tunnels. And actually, the British and the French tunnel cross each other and the Britons won the underground battle. It's a short and bloody fight that they won. In September, one of the tunnels destroy a part of one north tower. The French has the first strike against Dover. The French storms into the gap of the north tower. The garrison of Dover answered with a shower of crossbow shots, and the swordsmen of Huck de Burgh waiting already behind the gap. In one of the most brutally and bloodiest battles, the Britons pushed the French back to the gap. Fortunately for the Britons, the gap is too small for the army of the French, so only a few assailants can storm through the gap. At the end, the French standing there where they were at the beginning, outside the gap. Finally, Ludwig met Hubbard de Burgh and made an agreement with him. He knew that the siege can't hold throughout the winter, So he made an army strike with Dover. He says that he came back in spring again. But King John died a few days later and his son Heinrich became the crown. That take the wind out of the sails of the rebels, and Ludwig must go back in spring, after a lost one more against Dover. Never again conquers a French king so much land of England as Ludwig has done. Until yet, Dover Castle has a big importance for England. In the Civil War, the Napoleon War, and even in the Second World War has Dover Castle a big importance. They were upgraded with modern tools of today, but the basic construction still steals from Maurice.